Hello friends, welcome back. In this video I'm going to talk on how we can send editable email notifications in Jenkins. In the last videos, if you remember, we configured Jenkins job and we executed our test cases, okay, and we send an email with simple email notification system which is there in the Jenkins, okay. But now let us say you want to send some good email with some predefined text and some links of your job or some attachment, like let us say screenshots or some reports, okay, so something like that, okay. So in that case, how we can do that, okay, so that can be possible with the help of editable email notification, okay. So I'm going to talk on send email editable email notification for every build and how we can send the attachments, okay. So let me go to my dashboards, okay, and this is the job which we configured, automation talks dummy GUI 1, okay. And okay, so if you go to the workspace now, okay, so first time when we checked, there wasn't anything in workspace folder, but now if I go inside, you can see there is some data, okay, there is some data, and the data like it's the complete data including your test output target folder, which contains your results after your what I can say, a test case execution has been completed. Like if you go to test output folder, you will see your emailable report, okay. So what I need is, I need this emailable report, okay. So let us say let me copy this. Can I? Okay, so let me go to notepad and test output slash my report name is emailable HTML report, okay. So let us say, sorry, what happened? Give me a second, guys. Okay, let me type is emailable hyphen report.html. Let us say I want to send this email, send this attachment over email as an email attachment, okay. So that's the reason I collected this path, okay. Along with that, let us say if I want to send screenshots, okay, some screenshots, then the procedure is same. You can simply attach it like how we have given the path, okay. I'll show you that too. Okay, so I want to send this report over the email. So how we can do that? Let us go to your project dashboard, go to configure. Okay, and if you go down, then in the post build action you will find something called as editable email notification, okay. If you don't find this editable email notification, then go to let me open another instance of this Jenkins, then go to your manage Jenkins, go to your plugins, manage plugins, and go to available. Since the plugin is already installed, I'll show you where that plugin is. Email extension plugin, okay. So this is the plugin, email extension plugin, which I have installed, okay. I have installed it. But if it is not installed, then what you do is go to available. If you don't see this editable email option over here, then go to your manage plugins, go to available, and just filter over here email, okay. And you will find this email extension, okay. Since I have already installed, it is not there. So okay, so you will find that plugin and simply click on install. Once you install and restart your Jenkins, you will get that option as editable email notification, okay. Now if I do this editable email notification, okay, so you can see some fields over here, okay. So let us see how to deal with these fields, okay. Project recipient list, okay, to whom you want to send this email, okay. Let us say I'll just enter my email ID only. So what will happen is the email, like the person whomever you want to send this email, the attachments, whatever, okay. So just enter the list over here. You can enter the list comma separated, okay. Then I'll keep the second field as reply to all this is the email field. Okay, I'll keep it as a default. Then we have something content type. Okay, default content type, I will make it as HTML. Okay, now what next I have? Now I have default subject. Okay, so what should be the email subject? Okay, so what I will do is I will enter subject something, let us say I want to get the build status, if my build is failed or passed, something like that. So what I will do is I will type dollar build status, build underscore status. So these are the let us call it as inner defined variables in Jenkins, build status. Okay, and fine, let me put it in bracket. Let us say I want this build status in bracket. Okay, and after the build status, whether it is passed, failed or something, what I want is I want project name. So what I will do is project underscore name. Again, this is the what I can say, let us call it as a variable defined in Jenkins, internal variable. Okay, and then what I will do is I will use build hyphen or I'll do build number, and again I will give the build number. I will retrieve build number from Jenkins by using build underscore number. Okay, so I have used all the variables, let us call it as the variables from Jenkins. So what it will do, it will give the build status, whether it is passed, failed, skipped or something, then space project name. What is my project name? This one, dummy GUI one. Then in it will give your build number as well. What was the build number for failure? Okay, you will see this everything in email. Okay, now instead of default content, what I want is let us say I will type some message, dear user. Now if I want page break, then I need to give this br these are just HTML concepts. Now I have inserted page breaks, and please find attached test execution for. Then again what I can do is here I can get a project name for project dollar project underscore name for build number, or for build number, where is hash build number. Again I'll retrieve the build number from Jenkins underscore number, and again I will insert the page breaks. Fine. Okay, so whatever you want, you can enter all the details over here. Okay, if you go to help, again nothing is mentioned over here. Okay, nothing is over here. I'll let you know from where we can get this all details. Okay, so likewise you can mention all the details, and give me a second. If you want build URL, then you can give build URL as well. Build URL is, let us find if I can get from this, build underscore URL. Fine, so you can write content as per your need. Now the next option we have is for attachments. What and all you want as attachments. Okay, so you can see what it is saying is you can use wildcards like if you are not exactly sure with the names, then you can use wildcards as well. Okay, so where was my report? My reports was present in this here, it was here. Okay, test output directory. Okay, so I'll just give this name test output. This should be slash edit emailable report dot html. Okay, let's see if I get this a report over my email. And if you want all the screenshots, then what you can do is you can use comma and give the path of your screenshots. Okay, and if you want to send all the screenshots, then what you can do is you can use star. Okay, star dot jpg, so that all the images starting with jpg or whatever format you are using will be sent to your email. Okay, and if you want to send a build log, then you can attach the build log, or you can say compress and attach the build log, so that you will get it in compressed format. Okay, so that's how you can configure this emailable notification plugin. Okay, so let's check if it works. Let me apply and save, and let me trigger the build so that I'll get to know. Let me start the build. Okay, my build is running over here. Let me see console output, what is happening. So the code is Jenkins got the code from GitHub, and let's wait for the run. It will run all 3 test cases. So my test execution is started. Okay, so here you can find test 1 is executed. Okay, let's test 2 is also executed. Let's wait for third test to execute, and let's wait for the report. Okay, so all 3 test cases are passed. Okay, and again it is saying no emails were triggered because none of my test cases failed. Let us check if I get any email. No, because nothing is triggered. Let's see why. Okay, now if I go to the project, if I go to configure, okay, let us see why I didn't get this. Let me go to manage Jenkins, and let me go to configure system. Let me check if I have configured this email server. Let me go at last. Okay, we have already configured this email notification. If you see, I have SMTP and all. Okay, so I need to configure the server again for this email label notification. Let me check where I have that. Okay, so here you can find extended email notification, and here it is asking you for some detail. Okay, so SMTP server, for Gmail it is smtp.gmail.com, and if you go to advanced you need to enter some more details. Use just click on use SMTP authentication and your username. I'm just entering my username and my password. Advanced email properties I don't want. Use SSL, yes, do use. SMTP port is 465 I believe, yes, 465 is for Gmail. And fine, so that's it. I wanted to update. Fine, I'll just let me verify once again. It is smtp.gmail.com. My account password, use SMTP authentication, use SSL. Looks fine. Let me apply and save. Now let me trigger build. Okay, so see, for this projects, so this is the my project, right, dummy GUI 1, and you have the option to trigger build here as well. Okay, so if I click here, my build is scheduled. Okay, so if I go here in, and you can see my build is running, and let's wait for console output. Let's wait for the execution to finish. Okay, so here can you see now, sending email was always, and sending email to this email ID. If you enter multiple, you can see multiple email IDs over here. Okay, and let me refresh my mailbox now. Okay, can you see now, I got an email. Okay, and whose subject is, let me open this email, and whose subject is successful, which is my build status hyphen project name hyphen build number. My build number is 6. Okay, and whatever subject I entered is dear user, please find the attached execution report this, and build URL is this is my build URL. Okay, localhost 8080, and the build URL of this build number 6. Okay, as well in the attachment you can find I got the emailable report. Okay, if I open this, you can see the emailable testng report. Okay, if you are using any other kind of reports, like let us say your extend report or something, you can give that location. Just the difference is you need to give that specific location where that reports will get generated. Okay, and as well you can find this build. Okay, so that is the log. Okay, so this is how you can set this emailable notification. Okay, editable email notification. I forgot to show you one thing. If you go to configure, you have the option when you want to send the email, what should be the trigger point. Okay, so where it is, oh sorry, not here. Let me go to Jenkins, manage Jenkins, configure system. give me a second, where it is extended email notification. Okay, default triggers, and you can see always or default failure, any whatever failure you want to set, you can set the default values, default trigger values from here. If you want, you can change it later on from your job itself, but whatever default value, let us say I'm keeping it as a always. Okay, so my default value for this trigger when this email notification will be sent is always or failure any. You can set it based on your requirement. Okay, and if I go in my job, let me go to my job now. Let me configure it again. Okay, if you go to advanced setting, you will find option as trigger. Okay, you will find option as trigger. You can add the trigger from here when you want to do that. Okay, if you want to do always, like the default option is always, because I set it in manage Jenkins always. But if you want to change your options, like when build is aborted or before build or first failure or something like that, okay, then you can set it based on your need. Okay, so this is how you can send an editable email. You can structure a well email and you can send it so that it's good to read and good to view for the stakeholders. Okay, so that's all about this editable email notification. So in our next sessions, what we are going to do is we are going to configure Jenkins for Sonar Cube, which is my code scanner. So we are building the pipeline slowly now. Okay, so till now we have just created a general pipeline. Okay, but now we are going to build the uh, good pipeline, including my Sonar Cube, then cloud and Docker and all. So we'll be doing that step by step. Okay, so keep watching. Thank you.